58th cup of coffee trying to film this damn thing. Hey guys, on today's tips, tricks, and tech section, we're going to talk about getting that motorcycle or side-by-side out of storage and ready to ride. 6 basic things you're going to want to look at. Number 1 is going to be the battery. Hopefully you've had it on a battery tender while it's been in storage and that battery is ready to roll. Ideal voltage is going to be 12.7 to 13.6 for a good start. If it's not that, pull the thing out and throw a charge on it or replace the battery. Number 2 is going to be the fuel, depending on how long it's been sitting. If it's only been sitting 3 or 4 months, the fuel is probably fine. If it's been sitting 2 to 3 years, you're definitely going to want to remove the fuel from it and put fresh fuel in before you try and start it. Number 3 is going to be the engine oil. You're going to want to make sure it's clean and topped off. Number 4 is going to be the tires. More important on street bikes than on off-road vehicles, but you're going to want to make sure the tires aren't too old. If you look on the side of the tire, there's going to be a DOT date on it. The example here is 1919. That means this tire was made in the 19th week of 2019, making that tire about 4 years old. The average lifespan of a healthy tire is 4 to 5 years. Anything beyond that, the tire starts to dry rot and could fail on you. Okay, so make sure the tire isn't too old. Second, make sure that you have it topped off real well. A lot of times when they sit in storage, they eventually lose air pressure. So make sure you're putting those things anywhere from, say, 35 to 40 or whatever the manufacturer recommends for that tire on that motorcycle. Okay. Next thing is going to be your drive system. Whether it's a chain, make sure it's clean and adjusted, or it's a belt. Make sure the belt isn't dry rotted or cracked, because a failure of that could be catastrophic as well. The last thing you're going to check is probably the most forgotten thing, is the brake fluid. A lot of people will buy a bike and just leave the brake fluid in it because it's one of those things that you just kind of out of sight, out of mind. But brake fluid can cause a catastrophic failure. I've seen it probably 3 times over the years where somebody was riding down the road with a very low mileage bike that had spent a lot of time in storage. All of a sudden, the lever went stiffer, and they went to grab it, and the brakes were gone, and they had to stop with the rear brake. So what can happen is that brake fluid gets old, and it turns to gel, and it crystallizes, and it can cause a brake failure. So when it's been sitting in storage for any amount of time, you're going to want to flush out that brake fluid, and if it's a hydraulic clutch, do the same for the clutch, okay? So those are the 6 basic things. Then you're going to want to give the bike a quick look over, make sure that all your headlights and taillights are functioning, your registration's current, signals, high beams, low beams, make sure all that kind of stuff works. Check the horn. Last thing you want to do is get out on the road and realize that your headlight doesn't work at night or something like that. So those are the 6 basic things you need to get that thing out on the road or out on the trail. If you have any other questions, call us at the Helmet Center, 623-444-4789, or see us on thehelmetcenter.com. Appreciate you. We'll see you next time.